What is going on YouTube? Just Dragonbane here. And I've been testing out my Transmodify Fire Fist still, and I did a few tweaks to the deck. So I dropped one Onslaught of the Fire Kings and both Mirror Forces, and I put in a Fiendish Chain and two Blackhorn of Heavens. And it's been playtesting fairly well right now, so I figured I would show you guys some of the videos with the updated deck profile. And I don't know why it is, but seems just about every time I go in to start doing some matches, I run up against harpies sooner or later. So let's go ahead and show you the duel I had against the harpies. So he opened up pretty good, and I opened up pretty good as well. So my opening hand had Tensu, both fours, a Fiendish, and an Onslaught. His was Icarus Attack, Dark Hole, Zephyros, Chandler, Mirror Force, and the Magical Hats. So he gotta go first. He summoned Zephyros M3 backfield. I draw on a Tinky, so I was like, okay, Onslaught into Raven, summon Boar, Black Rose the field. Raven will set Tinky. Tinky brings Wolfbark. Tensu, summon Wolfbark, and that's where he scooped right there, right off the bat. Even though he wasn't even really in that bad of a situation, he still had Dark Hole to work with and all this other stuff. But that's just how it crumbled. At that point, I really thought I was playing Blackwings because all I saw was Zephyros and Icarus Attack because I didn't look at the graveyard and what actually I destroyed. And that actually comes back to really bite me, so we're moving on to game 2. Okay guys, and we're back for game 2. So at this point, I thought I was fighting in Blackwings. So I didn't bother sighting in anything because I really don't have that hard of a matchup against Blackwings. So I sort of just didn't sight anything thinking I was okay. So he goes first, sets 4 backfield and passes. I was like, oh wow, this is going to be tough. So I go Misty, hit Torrential. So I summon Dragon, played Tanky, got Dragon's effect for tanking. So I swing through for the 1900, set the Fiendish Chain and pass. He draws into Hysteric Sign, sets it. Unfortunately for me, I always seem to do this. I Gorilla Pop the Hysteric Sign, so I was going, oh boy, I'm in trouble now, because now I know I'm fighting Harpies, and I know I have a really bad match against them. So he gets 3 cards to his hand for no cost, basically, summons Dancer, happens to hit the Fiendish Chain. I was like, if he would have just hit Tanking, I would have been okay. But, so he goes off on the whole combo. So I was forced to use my Tankin, set Tankin, not that it mattered, it was going to get popped, so he goes Chidori, puts my dragon back, kills my gorilla, and passes turn to me. So I was like, okay. So I summoned Wolfbark to try and make sure I could plus out of some of this. Managed to get Goyoko down. The problem is Goyoko wasn't going to really stay there very long. He had Mind Crush for Dragon. So he knew exactly what was in my hand now. I didn't want to go Tensu into Bear because I wasn't sure if maybe he had a Mirror Force or something else around. So he goes off on here, adding Hunting Grounds so you can use Hysteric Party and go absolutely nuts. This is why I hate Hysteric Party. It's pretty much Return from the Different Dimension for little cost in Harpies. So off of this one Hysteric Party, you see what kind of advantage he just gets out of all of this. So he goes finally into Big Eye and takes my Tiger King. I know I'm not coming out of that situation, so I just go on to game 3. Okay guys, and we're back for game 3. This time I knew exactly what I was fighting, so I sighted in my triple prohibitions and my one Poisonous Wind. Poisonous Wind I recently put in the side deck to try and hurt the Harpy matchup. It's a continuous magic card that says you cannot special summon wind monsters and they all lose 500 attack. It doesn't really help if Hunting Grounds is there before you can see the prohibitions, but this duel I opened up double prohibition, and I was able to go first. So I prohibitioned Hunting Ground, prohibition Chandler, tankied into Wolfbark, summoned Bear, set Tenson, and passed. So he missed these. I found it really strange that he didn't miss one of these two, but he had a completely different plan. He was able to go Zephyrus, or Zero Fine, and flipping just bypass my prohibitions anyway. So I was going, okay, this is bad for me now. So I was like, okay, Wolfbark into Bear, praying to God this was nothing. Played the Tensu. Thankfully, Tiger King was able to beat over his Zero Fine for 100 points. So I summoned Gorilla, sent the Tanky to get the hunting ground off the field because I did not want that there. Thankfully, that cannot start playing my back until after the chain fully resolved. So he goes zero fine again. Manages to beat over my gorilla. I was like, okay, I draw onslaught, so I just set Raven and set Tiger King and pass. He draws Torrential. He negates all my effects again. Goes into Tempest. Thankfully, Raven was able to score me a Tinky. So I go and draw a Blackhorn of Heaven. So I go Onslaught into Caribou, Tinky into Wolfbark, summon Wolfbark. He torrentials the field. At that point, I thought I was in a bad situation, but I forgot Caribou does get his effect after being destroyed by card effect, so I was able to summon Boar. He knew he couldn't attack Boar without fear of me getting Bear, so I managed to draw into Bear. Popped his Queen, set a Tinky, hit for a little bit more damage. Played Tinky for Wolfbark, summoned Wolf, grabbed Caribou, went into Cardinal, put both my Tinkies back and put both his cards back, so he's in a completely top decking situation. And he draws Fiendish Chain, and that's where he quits. So that was a really good match, guys. I hope you're enjoying these videos, and I've got a bonus duel for you coming up. Alright guys, I'm back for the bonus duel, and this one happens to be against battlin boxers. This battlin boxer was a really smart player. He knew what to do with his cards, and unfortunately for him, I just managed to edge him out in the end. So he went first, so he goes set Misty and sets Compulse. I draw into Black Horn, so I go Tinky. He Misty's Tinky, like everyone should know to do by now. So I go, okay, summon Boar, hit you in the face for the 1100, and I'll set Onslaught and Black Horn. He sets another card. I have no idea what I'm playing at this point, so I was like, okay, we'll just have Boar keep swinging until something else happens. Set my other Boar and pass. So he goes Foolish Burial, puts Switch Hair. I was like, oh, I'm fighting Battlin Boxers. He hits my Boar. He Solemn Warnings that Boar. I was like, that's truly okay with me. So he has Lance and Compulse set at this point. I draw into Dragon. I was like, okay. He max sees me to make sure I can't go Super Plus. I was like, that's fine. I'll just set Tensin and pass. He draws into another Misty. Attacks Dragon. I got hit with the Lance play, but I was like, that's okay. I'm still not bad because he still hasn't done really anything yet to me. So I draw into my second Tinky, and he has Misty again. I was like, damn, that sucks, but that's okay. So I was like, okay, Wolfbark, summon out Dragon, make Carnal. He compulses him. I was like, okay, now we'll make a move. Wolfbark will destroy Glassjaw through Glassjaw's effect, hit for 2000 damage, pass my turn, because I know exactly what he's going to do now. He's going to go Switch Hitter into Glassjaw, into Lead Joke, and he gets Blackhorn of Heaven, sets the Torrential, and I draw into Bear. So I go Wolfbark summon, he Torrentials, I summon Bear, and enter battle phase, and he scoops there because he knows he can't win. Tell me what you guys are thinking of these videos. I'm really enjoying the Transmodify Fire Fist. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.